Okay, good morning. So there's still that one spot there that I haven't been able to cover up nicely, but I'm working on it. At least the shelves are covered now and it's not as busy, the visual. Anyway, today's meditation was about incompatible propensities. So I spent some time reflecting. I had a little book there, sorry. Reflecting on whether or not I am affected by coarse character, um, by extreme attachment to my body, my possessions, and my wealth. And what else? Here, let me look it up. Uh, to be unafraid, regardless of how much the sufferings of cyclic existence are explained, and to remain faithless regardless of how much the benefits of liberation are explained. And I have to say that I am relatively free of those four categories of incompatible propensities. I am attached, obviously, to my body, but not so much to my looks. But I am relatively attached. Like, I still have attachment to beauty. I like my long hair. I even fluffed it out and made sure it was clean and curly. So, there's attachment there to my looks. But it's lessened as I've aged, and I have, I think, been able to age and get older and fatter and, jowly without freaking out, like it's a normal part of aging. And I actually love older faces. Um, and so is that being unattached, or is that being unbothered? He's still attached but unbothered. Or, you know, I don't have this idea that only the young are beautiful. And so I think that I'm unattached to my body, but maybe I'm just um, unattached to a particular vision of beauty, but I still have my own standards of beauty, right? And I'm attached to my body because I want to be alive. My body is my vehicle to be alive, right? So I think that that one's pretty deep, and I still eat and sleep and bathe and do all these things specifically to keep myself in good health, to enjoy being alive. Attachment to my possessions, I'm working on. Um, I'm working on them by giving away the things that I don't use. And I still have a whole bunch of things that I don't use. This studio garage is full of things that I don't use, that nobody in my household uses. And at times I even think, oh my God, I must be a hoarder, because I'm holding on to things that are really, really, really useless to me, but they could benefit somebody else. And so, bit by bit, slowly, I'm like getting rid of the toy collection from the kids' younger years, um, getting rid of the paper and art that they made that is really, like, honestly, garbage. They enjoyed the experience, but then the experience passed, and we don't need to keep the evidence of those experiences. especially when they get infested with bugs, which they were. So I threw a lot of paper away that I had been keeping. What else do I keep? Jewelry. I have a lot of jewelry. And I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but I have a lot of jewelry. And I even went through a phase where I liked to make jewelry. So I made a lot of jewelry, but I wasn't able to sell it because I didn't judge it to be as good quality enough to be sold. And I also didn't kind of know how to do that, you know? So I ended up holding on to it because I had made it. That's not a really good reason to hold on to it either. So I have like a whole little drawer full of necklaces that I've made out of polymer clay that I do not need, don't wear, don't want, and don't know how to unload, right? So I think that that would make good costume jewelry at a daycare or a preschool. So the toy collection, the jewelry collection is going to be thinned out. I gave some stuff to my daughter, and she loved it, you know, and she's building her own little collection, and she's at the right age for it, you know. And I gave some to my son, my second son, to give to his fiancee, now wife. But I think some of the more precious pieces I'm ready to pass on to her and let her have them. Yeah, there's a few really precious pieces in there that I think that she would really enjoy, really like, and that I don't wear, so she can have them, you know. It feels good to give things away that have value. Yesterday, I gave away some stuffed animals, soft toys, and you know, the lady was like so bright and smiling and delighted to get them. You know, somebody at the door. That was my youngest. He came in and wanted to snuggle. He was like, "When are you going to be finished?" I've been in here meditating for a little while, and he is lonely. So I'm going to go and do my motherly duty and give him snuggles. And yeah, but so that was the meditation. I was thinking about what I'm attached to. Obviously, I'm attached to my house and my garden, like very attached. I can't imagine living anywhere else. And then I thought about all the different places that I lived in my youth and all the different like one room little spots that I had. You know, and I've always been a nesty kind of person and really tried to beautify my environment. And I was frustrated many times because I had like really not enough space, or I had to share space with someone who had very different aesthetics than I. And now that I own a home, even though it's mortgaged, right, it's still like we get to do what we want in this home. And so I've got to take my garage and make it into a studio and a functional space for me to do art in, and keep, you know, clean enough to do art in, but keep all my materials, they're out of the way, the kids don't get into them, the cat doesn't get into them, you know? So yeah, and my garden, I mean, I love my garden, and I'm constantly frustrated, a little bit frustrated. So I find, because I'm not able to garden as much as I love to, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not gonna sneeze because I said it. Almost. Wait. Excuse me. Right now my garden is taken over by spiders and I'm not in it. So I'm frustrated that I can't get out and make it as tidy and as gardeny as I like to. I did one pass of the chopping the asters down to the ground so they grow back more bushy, but they needed two, so now they're still tall and leggy, but not as tall and leggy. Like the ones that I got to are at a nice height. So I know for next year what I'm going to do. But and think about when I get old, and maybe have to sell the home and go into an old age home to be cared for. That would be difficult for me to not have access to the space, the studio space, the garden space. Space is important to me. So I do have some strong attachments that I should be looking at that could get in the way. All right, it's hard to let things go, but I'll get better at it. I'll just keep practicing. And hope you have a good one. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.